RayD-TCG here, and I've got him back with me, Random Cosplayer XD.
Let's go.
At long last, I had Caleb filling in for you the last time because
Nothing wrong with that. Share the love. I'm not the only co-host.
yeah, but you're the main one.
But I am the most charming.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we can argue with that. But boy, we've got a lot of ground to cover today. But I think the most obvious yet is in the background. We have the day 2 of the Richmond YCS playing.
And it looks to be heated, folks.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And currently, we've got Pakwad and Sam from Team Samurai X. They're in a pretty tense match right now. I think game 1 just ended. I think Sam actually tried to do I don't know if it was a bluff or not. I actually didn't catch that, but I think he set one card, and I guess my best guess is it was an Albaz, and he was going to try and contact fuse his board. So that would have been fun to see. I used to do that when I played Branded too. If my opponent had a lot of dragons on board, I'd set Albaz, and they never see it coming.
As decks get older and as new blood rises in, little tricks like that are thought of very quickly.
Yep, that's true.
And it just seems like, it's hard to play older decks, even though it is very welcome.
Yeah, like so I actually talked to our friend Thomas, who's going to be joining me on a little mini series on the channel, where I come up with a crazy deck idea for him because he loves deck building, and he takes that to locals and sees how well he can do with it. So I gave him the idea to do a Mimigul Subterror deck.
That could be very interesting.
They're both flip archetypes, so inherently they synergize well together. So that'd be something fun to see. And you know what he said? I'm gonna cook it up because he loves Mimigul.
That's gonna be sure something excited to see.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited for it. You've seen the channel. We're at over 3,000 subs.
And again, congratulations. That's amazing. And it is all thanks to you guys for your love and support.
You guys are what make this channel great. And so we're basically taking this channel to new heights. We're not only doing that little mini series, but we're also going to be doing so I'm sure you've seen the ladder climb videos for Master Duel that people like Hard Leg Gaming do. I've seen others do it. I think Joshua Smith does it too. So that's something I'm going to start doing, actually.
Ooh, very interesting. Any takers on a deck?
So
shall we let the comments decide?
Well, as of currently, I'm holding a poll on the channel. So currently, the 4 decks that are up for a vote are Archmage, Dracotail, K9, and Plunder Patrol. Archmage right now is currently taking first place. Plunder Patrol is a little bit behind it, but K9 and Dracotail are tied for last place. So I think it's going to be one of those 2 decks. But it seems like a lot of people want to see Archmage, and I think that'd be a really great deck to see. I've enjoyed playing against it, and if you guys have seen it, Guy actually had an Archmage Fiendsmith deck profile on my channel not long ago, and that's partially what inspired me to do the poll, or not just to do the poll, but include that deck in particular.
Very nice, very nice. So be sure to check out that poll and vote for your favorite deck. I know I will, and Plunder Patrol.
Yeah, Plunder Patrol. I think because kind of like Hard Leg does, I'm gonna be doing I'm going to be kind of dressing up in the theme of that deck. So if Archmage gets picked, I'm going to be dressing up like a wizard. If Plunder Patrol gets picked, I'm going to be not only dressing up but talking like a pirate. So I'll do the Mr. Krabs voice. I'm Mr. Krabs, and I love money. And you won't be getting this Plunder Patrol booty from me.
Guys, please vote Blunder Patrol.
Yes.
I need that.
I mean, listen, I'm fine if you guys vote Archmage, but Plunder Patrol I'm going to have the most fun with. Especially now that Max C is limited to 1. We're not going to be seeing that as much, which I'm very happy about. So now, rogue decks like Plunder Patrol, or even Archmage, I'd consider that rogue, don't have to worry about playing under Max C. Because, listen, I think the worst part about it is, say you're going second against a meta deck, and, they put up 5 negates, and not only do you have to play under 5 negates, but they drop Max C on you the second your turn starts. And now, listen, I actually have a video compilation of me playing under and against Max C and still winning. So it's definitely possible, but for a lot of decks, they can't do it.
It's a struggle.
Exactly.
I know my Exodia hates Max C, especially with the newest stuff, Incarnate. Got to do a lot of special summoning to get to the Ankh, and then you play with your life points a bit, which is pretty fun.
Yeah. But kind of getting back on topic here, I actually took the time to look up the list for day 1 of the Richmond 300th YCS, and I gotta tell you guys, this deck list variety is really something. I mean, like, you just couldn't stop seeing Fiendsmith, Malice. What else was? Let's see, Fiendsmith, Malice, Rise Heal. You just could not stop seeing that in like last year's regional and national championship tournaments. But let me go ahead and
take over the meta.
Let me go ahead, because he hasn't really been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh competitively lately.
It's just been for fun.
I've been in it a little bit more. In fact, I actually went to my first regional in Greenville last month, and I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun with it. But before I talk about that, let me go ahead and list off what decks were at the top 20 tables of day 1. So this was yesterday. So we have branded Draco Tail. There were five of them. We've got branded Magistus Draco Tail. So essentially the same thing, just with a little Magistus engine in the side. We have branded Radiant Typhoon. That's the MST deck. The old meme MST negates is actually now real, which I think is great. It's so funny when a over 20-year-old meme actually becomes true. Next, we have 3 K9 Vanquish Soul, 1 Mitsurugi Yummy, 1 Tribrigade Radiant Typhoon. So far what I'm seeing a lot of interesting mixes of all different archetypes that you normally wouldn't see together. Some of them you would. I mean, branded Draco Tail makes perfect sense. But we've also got 1 Dark Lord. That deck hasn't been meta. I don't know if it's ever been meta, to be honest, but it was at the top 20 tables, so it's it has to be at least rogue viable. Bisteel branded. I absolutely love that deck. That's one of the decks I have built. In fact, for some of the people in my audience who have dueled against me at locals, I do apologize for traumatizing you with my branded runic build. Colby is one of my victims. Yep. You guys do not want to know what I did to people with that deck. It was horrible for them. It was fun for me.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
Do not recommend.
But moving right along here, we got Fiendsmith Yummy. I actually have that deck built in Master Duel, and I got to tell you, it's a really good deck. that's that deck can surprisingly play under Max C really well, and Droll too. So say if I have Droll in hand, and all I need, because Fiendsmith obviously doesn't have many searchers. I mean, you search Fiendsmith Tract maybe. You search and then discard the Lurie. But once I get to that point, that's pretty much all I need. I mean, I can live without Cupsy Yummy Way. So, but anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. We have branded Fiendsmith Elf Note. Now that's an interesting mix because, as you guys know, branded is mainly a fusion archetype, which locks you into fusion. Elf Note, I think, is a synchro archetype, if I'm not mistaken. And Fiendsmith, well, that's just Fiendsmith. Links and fusion, so I don't know. Maybe they don't do the turn zero play with branded. Who's to say? Next, we've got Melodious Dark Lord. I love seeing Melodious. Melodious is a very fun deck. One Dogmatica branded Draco Tail. That makes perfect sense. One adding Mr. Mouse. Malice, ew. God, I'm sorry. I absolutely hate that deck. I mean, so I'm glad it's gotten hit, but it's still seeing a little bit of play here and there. But man, I just hate how much of a what's the word for it? Just
meta breaking.
It was definitely meta breaking, but I just even with all the hits, and even in Master Duel, I think they've gotten hit somewhat similarly. That the deck still feels so, I guess, oppressive to go against. Similar to
mainly because of the way that they can keep dodging in and out of certain things,
right,
and
like
able to just keep banishing.
Yeah, like they banish any way they get banished, they can special summon themselves back. So it's like Artifact Lancey is the only real way to stop them.
Yeah.
I mean, now
Imperial Iron Wall.
Now there have been times where I actually ghost belled. I think their March Hare, the one that banishes from graveyard, not for cost, but for effect. And I actually ghost belled them, and they immediately scooped. So the deck's beatable, but man, they're just in a lot of ways it feels oppressive to go against.
Yes, it does.
Let's see. We've got Crystron K9. That's a really good deck. They also have an oppressive Floodgate. They don't always get into it, but man, when they get into it, it's never fun. Spell Canceller. How much you want to bet that's going to get hit on the ban list?
I'll put $50 on it.
Me too. Okay. Next, we've got Lunalight. That's a pretty fun deck. I've always wanted to build that one. I think Joshua Smith was actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was playing that. I could be mistaken, but I could be wrong. But next, we've got another Fiendsmith Yummy. So we got two Fiendsmith Yummies on the at the top 20 tables. We've got Cool Tune. Cool Tune's a fun deck. If you guys haven't checked out my Cool Tune deck profile on my channel, go check that out. It's one of my highest viewed videos. We got Gem Knight Fiendsmith, Pure Mitsu, Branded Mitsu, Naturia Yummy. I haven't seen Naturia much these days, but you get out Naturia Beast and they don't have a way to out it, it's pretty much game over. But Super Poly can easily take care of that. But if you don't have Super Poly or Droplet or any way to get it out, it's like a pseudo Floodgate card. It's pretty good.
Very good indeed.
Okay, and for the last few, we've got Mermail Atlantean, we've got Tri-Brigade Yummy. I think Caleb actually brought that deck to the YCS. So, seems like he did pretty good there.
Hello there, Mario.
What's up, chat? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Then the last two I've got on here are Exo Sister, which they got new support recently, which is very good. I tested against it in Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega. And then the last one, this is an interesting one, Marincess Enneacraft. Enneacraft, if you don't know, it's like these pendulum flip monsters that are spaceships.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's the best way I can describe them. But what's
Mario is asking how we are and how's our day.
Well, my day is currently going as good as can be. I mean, we're
considering that I woke up 2 hours. I can't really say much of anything.
I'm doing fine too. Just doing our, I guess, irregularly scheduled podcast with the YCS footage of Team Sam X playing in the background. As we speak, they are currently
1 for 1.
1 for 1. So this is gonna decide it. Who wins this round?
It's going down to a nail biter.
Yeah, it really is. Because at least from what I've seen, kind of in and out, it's looking pretty spicy. But,
well, that's great to hear that you're doing great, Mario.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in.
We appreciate it.
Yep. But I guess now that I've ran through all those decks, I mean, what do you think? I mean, have you ever seen a top 20 table list or any YCS list have this much variety?
It's been a hot minute before I've seen something like this. For the last two past metas, it's mainly just been Malice,
Ryziel,
Fiendsmith, and then of course there was
the occasional White Forest deck.
Yeah, and then Snake Eyes, of course, ran rampant for a hot minute. Snake Eyes Fire King just absolutely dominated the TCG meta back in ye olden days.
Yeah. Yep, man. Yeah, it feels like forever ago since that deck was meta.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I haven't seen lately? I have something I've wanted to try myself. I just haven't built it yet because I don't have the cards. Because even though OSS is banned, I bet you with the level 1 synergy, I bet you Yummy Snake Eyes could be a deck if it tried.
It probably could.
It wouldn't be the easiest deck to build in the world because you have to play around the Link 2 or lower lock that the Yummy Snatchy Link monster has you under. But if you can play around that, I mean,
that means no going into like Promethean.
Yeah,
Princess,
you'd have to go into Promethean Princess before,
and then put that in the grave, and then probably try to revive it with something.
It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. I just haven't seen anybody try it yet.
Yeah, it definitely seems like something that would take some time to work out, but it's interesting to say the least.
So let's see what's going down here. Currently, Packawat has Secretary and Dragon on the field. I think he's going first. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, more Magistus shenanigans. I think this is going to be a pretty hot duel. It's just two of the same decks against each other, so this is really anybody's game. But at any rate, I guess my next question for you is, well, now that we've discussed the YCS stuff, what have you been up to lately? Because you haven't been to locals really that much.
Yeah, no, I've been caught up in some non-related Yu-Gi-Oh things currently. Been just playing a lot of Rivals, but I've also have broken down most of my decks, and I've taken up the hobby of collecting the cards that I find interesting now. Sort of like little rare gems from stuff and like different art styles that I think are very neat. Because Yu-Gi-Oh is something that ranges from different rarities, from different arts and stuff like that, and I find that just sorting through and collecting it's quite fun, and I don't have to like stress out about like, oh, I want this card so bad, but I don't have anything to play it with. Now I can just keep it and watch it, and it's quite nice.
You've kind of gone more into collecting rather than actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh. With the, I believe you said the exception of playing on Master Duel every once in a while.
Yeah, whenever I feel like I can dip my toes back into that water. It's I do eventually want to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just right now, it's just something that I've kind of set on the back burner as I'm just trying to get some things established and see if I can really get back into this meta and it not like take over my life like it
Well,
it did.
Well, as you saw, there's a lot of there's a lot of variety currently in the meta. So
I have to dip my toes back into that water, see if I can bring an winged dragon of raw deck to local, see how that turns out.
Well, another deck I've been wanting to build because it got new support is the Magnet Warrior. Deck, and I think that actually topped at yesterday's YCS. So that's something I definitely.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Mario. You have a great day.
Yep. Thanks again for stopping, man. And don't forget to check out more videos on the channel. And of course, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And of course, like and comment on any videos that you see fit. That is always welcome in my boat. But at any rate, as I was saying, so the Magnet Warrior deck that used to not be like a very viable deck, but with this new support, it's actually I think it could actually do some stuff. There's actually, funny enough, they actually have a fusion. I believe it's a quick play. I think it can fusion. It can also add a level 8 magnet monster. It kind of functions similarly to Yummy Surprise, and so it's not like a once per turn, but you can only activate each of the listed effects once per turn. And funny enough, there's a very old Yu-Gi-Oh card from the I don't know if you remember Sebastian's deck from Yu-Gi-Oh GX, but one of his cards is actually a searcher for that specific card, because it's like I think it's called like magnet bonding or something. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. In fact, I can actually look it up right now. It is. Hang on. It's. Okay, I'm looking right now. I forget the name of the card. It searches a bonding spell card or bonding spell trap. And
is it not Magnet Bomb?
Hang on. What old card searches the new fusion spell? Okay, it's not that. Black Dragon's band. Hang on, it's like. Okay, I found it. Let's see. Here, let me take a look at this. It searches like a. It's actually funny enough. It's actually a dinosaur monster that does it. I saw it in when I was testing in Omega. Let's see.
It looks like
Duo Terrion. I think that's the one. Let me. Yeah, let me look that up because that is so cool. That's such an old card. I think this is the one. Yep, that's the one. So this was actually from Sebastian's deck in the anime. So the card reads. Let me. You can discard this card, add one bonding spell trap from your deck to your hand. This card is normal special summoned. Special summon a Hydra but that effect doesn't matter. You can only use each effect once per turn. So it is so cool how such an old card
can become playable in the new meta.
Yes.
Or just the newer cards in general.
I think it's amazing. That is really extraordinary. For a deck it has nothing to do with, mind you.
Oh, welcome back, Mario.
Yep. Welcome back.
He's on his lunch break, apparently.
Gotcha. But yeah, I think that's actually super fascinating. I mean, we've seen stuff like this before, but from a card that old, being able to be used in a deck that it is no synergy whatsoever with the archetype, with other than coincidentally having the name bonding in its in its name, that is truly extraordinary.
It's quite nice to see, and it's a little bit refreshing. Not gonna lie, because you have all these different cards that you got throughout the years, and it's great to see that you can finally play with some of those really old ones that you might have lurking around.
Yeah, it's true, man. Shoot, did you know that in my paleo deck I actually play one of my Wabakus is from a structure deck Yugi.
Really? So that's interesting.
The text on it is so funny because it says decrease any battle damage you take to 0, and the new Wabaku, or the errated Wabaku, after the problem-solving card text, just says, you take no battle damage this turn, and your monsters can't be destroyed by battle. And I think that was the original intent of that card anyways.
Yeah. That's still, it's fun to see.
Yes, it is. So, I guess now, so now that we've gone over all that, so how are you feeling about the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh now, compared to how it was when we first did this podcast?
If I had to compare it to when we first started, I would say it's quite and very interesting change. It is refreshing, it is new, it is exciting. It doesn't feel like where you're forced into playing against either a Malice or an anti-Malice deck or an anti-Ryziel deck, where you have to play full anti-meta. It feels like you can finally start bringing some of those really old cards. And
not to mention, a lot of the worst floodgates have been banned thus far. I think all but 2 of the barrier statues are banned.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
what is that? Earth and
I think Dark and Light are the only ones that aren't banned.
That's right.
But I think
because water just got hit.
At least with the new magnet deck, I'm kind of glad that that barrier statue of the drought's banned, because I feel like that could have, if not for that being banned, I feel like that that could have been a tier 0 deck. And there's not really any way to errata those cards anyways. The text on them is so simple that generally I think an errata would do more harm than good. just ban the barrier statues outright.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, they're easy. I mean, they're relatively easy to out, but that
Mhm.
still doesn't change the fact that they are oppressive in nature, and you're not always able to out them anyways.
Yeah, some decks have a hard time playing under them, especially when dealing with most link decks will have a hard time getting over that, as most of your cards require for link summoning.
Uh-huh.
You're not like you can't really put out an impressive board, and I do agree that they should just be banned outright in general. But
Why Barry's Statue of the Heavens and the Abyss haven't been banned?
it's a mystery.
Yeah, maybe there's not a whole lot of light dark decks that can take advantage of that. I mean, the only deck I can see able to take advantage of that is Fiendsmith Chimera, which I'm currently building. But even then, you're not always able to get that in the grave and special it off of one of the mythical beasts, or mythical beasts. That's what they call it. Chimera, the flying mythical beast, is their name. If it's. But other than that deck, maybe there aren't a lot of decks that can take advantage of that very old floodgate.
Thanks for watching, bro. You guys are the reason why we have stuff like this. So shouts to Konami and shouts to all the viewers that watch at home. That's the correct mentality. Shout out to everybody watching. You're the reason that we put this all together. Thank you so much.
That looks like their match just concluded.
And Patrick took it.
He did?
Yep.
Word. Yeah, that was, like I said, that really could have been anybody's match.
Mhm.
But I think they both played really well, and I think they did a really good job. So shout out to Team Sam X for putting on such an amazing display. Mario's still chatting it up in there.
Yeah, it's what are y'all talking about? You know why I'm asking, because I can't really. Oh, okay. Okay. We were just talking about we have the day 2 of YCS going in the background, and we were just commenting on Patrick for his win, and Sam from Team Samurai X just talking about the game in general, and then that's pretty much what that was.
Yeah, this is basically just us mainly covering like the YCS sort of covering the decks that have been played there for day 1, and kind of discussing the state of the current meta, which I think is in a lot better place than it was a year ago when I asked the question, are rogue decks viable in the current meta? I think they are.
Yes,
Much
definitely than last.
Yep.
Definitely than last one.
Yep, they hit the decks that needed to be hit, and I think we're in a place now where we've got a pretty decent ban list. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, but I think we've got a lot. We've got a lot better options now with the mulch armies for going second players rather than, and that's also relevant to Master Duel as well, because I think in the next couple ban lists, I think Maxi is finally going to get the ban that it deserves.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the mulch armies, the mulch armies, I think, are just a more balanced version, because you can't really use them ever rarely going first. With the exception of specific niche decks that can do that, but also they're mainly good tools for going second.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially if you're playing like a blind second deck such as Gem Knights, for example, and you can they can play like Herald of the Orange Lights or any of the other Herald hand traps.
Mm-hmm.
And they can kind of put up a fight. In fact, I'm actually that's actually one of the next decks that I'm going to be building once I'm finished with Magnet Warriors is Gem Knights. And I think that's going to be a really fun time. But let's see what we've got next. We've got Draco Tail, Branded, and Lunalite. And currently, I think the Lunalite player won the die roll, so he's going first. And I think looks like he's popping off. He is playing under Fulos. However, I couldn't see if it got ashed or what have you. But
No, it went through.
it went through? Okay.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Mario has a question for you, asking, "What are your goals for this?" I'm not entirely sure what you're asking there. I'm just gonna take it. What are your goals for the podcast then?
My goals for the podcast are just to kind of keep people informed on what I'm doing with the channel, what's going on with the current meta, and kind of just to talk crap on the podcast like we usually do. But mainly the first two reasons, of course. I think he just replied to it.
No, that's just YouTube.
Oh, okay.
No, YouTube is like, say hi to Mario in the chat. I'm like,
well.
pops up every
Hello
30
again.
minutes.
But no, I'm really happy to get back to doing this podcast.
Me too.
Yeah, it's I think a few months ago, like before November of last year, I kind of took a little bit of a break, not by choice though. I didn't want to, because I love this game. This is my life, and no matter how irritated I get with the the various formats, I still find a way to play through it, and I still find a way to have fun
And enjoy it.
So, I guess one of the last things I'll talk about here is my experience at my first regional back last month, and I gotta say, it was a really fun experience. Now, I didn't do all that great. I kind of dropped after round 5. I had something to go do after, but those first 5 rounds were still a lot of fun.
Definitely made it a lot longer than me when I went. I got the 3 rounds and then had to call it there.
Well, you'd be surprised. A lot of people didn't know how to play. A lot of people did not know how to play against my ABC Punk deck.
That is a hard deck to beat.
Yep.
This is not our first time live. Probably for this month and in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think I went live with Caleb. I think you were sick or something when we did the podcast again, but
Yeah.
that was right before the regional. So, of course, now we're back, and I hope to do this more regularly. But we'll see once I start doing the Master Duel Ladder Climb challenges, and but I'm sure we'll still find time to do this podcast.
Yeah, and I'll definitely try to make time, because it is quite fun to come out and do this podcast. It's great to be getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And especially just talking about it with somebody else who's knowledgeable in it. And I definitely
20+ years of knowledge.
definitely want to start trying to reintegrate it back into my working life. And
Hey, you should. It's good to have a hobby.
yeah,
Especially one where you have a lot of great friends.
Yeah, that is true. I do miss you all, guys, and I gotta see about trying to get back out to the locals.
Yeah.
But
when you do come back, what deck are you gonna play?
I'm gonna bring it something evil, probably, just really something nasty, and probably Tenpai. Not gonna lie, probably Tenpai.
Well, I mean,
Just a really bad Tenpai deck.
I hear Tenpai Dragon Rulers is actually somewhat competitive. That wouldn't be too bad in the looking too. It can go first and it can go second.
Well, this is the podcast. It's We've done a total of what?
This is our 4th
Three?
one,
Fourth.
but this is your 3rd one doing it with me.
Yeah. No, it should be my second. I've only been here on 2 times. Your guests have been me, Maximilian Pegasus, and
Oh yeah, that's right.
Caleb.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, no, a little memory block missing up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that duel against Pegasus was fun. It was tough, but
Pegasus didn't know how to play his deck.
yeah. I think he was quite unfamiliar with it.
Yeah. I think one of his spokesmen was like, here, take this.
Yeah.
Okay. And Pegasus was too busy to make his own deck.
Yeah.
So he just grabbed something.
Anyways, kind of getting back on the tracks here. Let me kind of describe my experience at the YCS, and that let me just tell you guys, that is where I hit my that same day is where I hit 1,000 subscribers. So truly a momentous day. But then I even got more subscribers at the YCS. So meeting all these new people from like all over the Southeast, like people coming from like Georgia and Tennessee and North Carolina, and all over. It was a lot of fun. So my first round was against Yummy Mitsu Orcus, and going first, he went first, so I didn't really have much interaction against him, so he took that one. Game 2 was a lot of fun because now he had put me under for Wallows, but for the most part, I actually played under it pretty well. I think I only gave him like 3 extra cards.
That's not bad. I
was able to just build my basic ABC board, and so I had, believe it was Therion King Regulus, ABC Buster Dragon, Platinum Gadget, and IP Masquerena. And I think I had like one other set card. I don't know, but at any rate, it wasn't too bad actually. I had a lot of fun. Me and that opponent in particular, we had a really nice back and forth. And thanks to the ABC pieces, I was actually able to like out resource him.
That's interesting.
Like I was able to kind of win the grind game because, like even though he had more cards in hand, I was able to time my interactions carefully enough to where I was able to actually survive the battle phase, and of course, being able to summon 3 guys from banishment with the ABC Dragon Buster was pretty nice too, because then I can trigger Union Hanger. Union Hanger adds another layer of protection. Also adds more layers of searchability because when the ABC pieces are sent to the graveyard, I can either special from hand, I can either add from deck to hand, or I can add from grave to hand, thereby getting back my pieces to use for another fusion summon of the Dragon Buster, or for more link summoning shenanigans. And
which is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing that those cards are not once per turn at all. So I can just kind of keep looping them, keep winning the resource game if I need to. And fortunately, in that case, because I was able to out-resource him, and with a little help from Underworld Goddess, I was able to win the game. It's because I kept him from summoning stuff from the grave.
Yeah, that's awesome. Any other matches like that where you had that good back and forth within those 5 rounds?
Actually, yes. I went against a couple Draco Tail players, and there was one of them, I think, was a game round 4. It was a 2-0 blowout, but not without working a little bit for it. So how that went, and this actually shocked me because basically a well-timed Ash ended his turn game one. Because
Really?
game one, right? He ended on literally just cross sheep and Fimena in hand.
Interesting.
And I ashed his Rahu, the one that fusion summons from deck, and that kind of left him up shit creek without a paddle. Because I pretty much had everything I needed. Now, unbeknownst to me at the time, he had Nibiru in hand, and I suspected, for some reason or another, without any prior knowledge of his hand, that he might have Nibiru. So I played carefully around it. So what I did was, I had the Therion field spell. I had Zaom, and I had Called by the Grave, and one other card I can't remember. And so what I did to play around a potential Nibiru, I went into battle phase, attacked the cross sheep with my 600 attack Zayaman. After I did a little bit of searching and whatnot, I think I was at 3 summons at that time. And so what I did was, to protect it from being destroyed by battle, I sent a Therion monster to grave. This was after I had already searched the Therion monster. And then I activated the effect from hand to equip Therion King Regulus to my other King Regulus. And that was summon number 4. And I managed to end with a couple extra cards in hand thanks to the Punk Field spell. So I was able to end on a King Regulus on the field with a King Regulus equipped. Psychic End Punisher with about, I think I was down to 3,800 life points at that point. And I think in the end of main phase, he activated Nibiru, but so turns out I was right the entire time. I don't know why. I just had a feeling he had it. And with the Fimena, oh yeah, that's right. I used Called by against the Fimena. I had that in hand, and I used that against the Fimena. So, he couldn't fusion summon on my turn, and I think that was just amazing because I was able to play mostly uninterrupted, and because Draco Tail doesn't really have a good out to towers, he really couldn't play well against me. And then game 2, I opened evenly matched. In fact, I actually top decked it, funny enough. And Draco Tail doesn't have an out to evenly match because Draco Tail Flame doesn't negate traps; it only negates spells. So against Draco Tail, that's a really good out to their board. Especially if they build a big board, then unless they get Dragoon or something on field, then they're going to really have a hard time with that. So, like, things they might do is they'll activate, like, Draco Tail Horn or something on their own monster, just, so they can, like, get maybe one of their resources back and draw a card. Kind of an act of desperation, if you will. Like, oh, my stuff's all going to get banished, so I might as well go ahead and use what I can now. But definitely getting one of their Arthalions or their Gulamel out of rotation is definitely not a bad thing.
Definitely.
And then, so pretty much it was like I'll kind of break it down. So my matches were against, so round 1, of course, the one I told you about, Yummy Mitsu Orcus. Game 2 was against Orcust RB. I don't know if you know the RB deck. It's, I think it's a really fun deck, honestly.
I don't think I know much about this.
It's
RB deck.
It's a machine archetype. It centers around this Link 3 guy who's like who can like attack a bunch of times, and he gains effects based on what monsters you have on field. And then there's these little guys, the RB guys. There's one that can negate a spell trap, I think. One that can non-target destroy a monster. I could be wrong, but that's it's about what I remember about that deck. It's pretty interesting. And then they've got Stage Landing, which is not once per turn. It can special summon a machine, one of the RB monsters with 1500 or less attack from the extra deck. But I think that card locks you into 1500 attack or less monsters. I'm pretty sure. It could be another card I'm thinking of, but I think Stage Landing is the one that locks you. But overall, I think that's a very interesting archetype. I was originally wanting to mix it with ABC, so ABC RB, the alphabet deck, or ABC RBG. Yeah, that would have been funny.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, because it locks you pretty early, I think it locks you before and after. That wasn't really an option, but
punk is still, an acronym, and it still does have those letters in it.
ABCPUNK.
Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
Yeah, not as much as saying just ABC Punk. But, ABC Punk's a really fun deck. I'm going to be taking it into the toolbox, kind of, or the workshop, getting my toolbox out, maybe adding some, take advantage of the rank 8 engine a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of good rank 8s like Zombie Vampire and Hope Harbinger. Hope Harbinger especially. Because it, instead of negating and destroying, it negates and absorbs. Which I think is a great effect. But there's a couple other decks I'm gonna build. But yeah, that was basically what I dueled against at the regional. The first two decks told you about. Next two were Draco Tail players, and then the last one that I dropped after was K9 VS. But game one he activated Shifter Ash against me, so
Ooh,
pretty much just like
that's hard to beat.
Yeah, there wasn't really anything I could do at that point. I was dead, and then game two was winnable, but I actually misplayed really hard against them, and he burned me with a heavy borger, and that
it happens to the best of us.
wasn't the best feeling in the world, but
yeah, no.
Overall I still had a great time. I met a lot of great people. Met up with the team there. They were really a guy did really well. He got I think 28 out of like over 300 people, and he did really well. My friend Ryan, who's part of the I guess unofficial team, he actually went against Patrick Coben. Are you familiar with him?
I don't think I am.
He's the guy who broke the gentleman's agreement with Jin. I think it was like called Jin, the Releaser of Rituals. Like there's a long story behind that. But he went against Patrick Hoban, who FTK'd him.
Not a fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it might be an honor.
That sounds like something Patrick Hoban would do.
At least it went a little bit better than my first regionals. I got beaten by birds. And,
oh, did you go against Brad?
No, I didn't. Oh. No, it was just another bird player. And I was on, I believe, Asmonine of the White Forest Fiendsmith before they got their newest support with the new dragons and such, including that really powerful queen of the Asmonines. And I was just mucking about trying to have some fun. Really, I should have just stayed home, to be honest. I was not in the best mindset, considering that I worked until like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
slept for 3 hours and then got immediately back up, dressed, ready, and tried to book it out there.
Yeah, that does not sound fun.
It was not, but I did enjoy it. Just the atmosphere of being there. I did drop around round 3 after being beaten by birds.
Yeah.
As I
Hey, good news.
I
for
couldn't
you.
really play anymore.
Good news for you though is they banned Featherstorm.
I know. I was looking over the ban list on the way over, and I cheered out loud
I did too. I mean,
when I saw Featherstorm
I know-
got banned.
I know
was
Brad
like-
wasn't. I know Brad wasn't entirely happy about that. But I mean, you win some, you lose some.
Yep.
And I think birds. I've been testing it out in Omega. Birds can do just fine without Featherstorm.
Yep.
They don't. They
It's not a major hit, but it is a hit.
yeah. They're at least they at least don't feel impossible to play against. Because with Featherstorm, I mean, some decks could not play it.
Yeah.
Could not play it around Featherstorm. I mean, you can't.
A lot of synchro, a lot of fusion base decks that are dependent on that
Exactly.
to make plays. You would have to do not called by, but Power Stone or something.
Yeah.
Just to negate all abilities.
Yeah.
Dark Ruler no more. That's the one that I'm thinking
Yeah.
of that negates everything.
But well, I think this has been a pretty good episode, pretty informative, and I think that's where we'll wrap things up. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. I mean, this has really been a fun time. I miss doing these podcasts, and if you guys like these, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe if you're not already. I want to try and get this channel to 5K subs. I mean, we're already more than halfway there, so I think we can make it.
This man deserves it. Please.
Yes, what he said. Listen to him. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Catch you on the
Pass
flip
turn.
side. Oh, pass turn. Edit that out, please.
I will.